Hey everyone, last time I talked about how you can use Obsidian in order to create beautiful blogs with the help of this Obsidian blogger. You will be pushing your node from Obsidian to GitHub and from GitHub to Cloudflare, and Cloudflare will automatically deploy your pages. Then you can either use the custom domain given by Cloudflare, or you can also connect your own domain and you can just write in Obsidian and get it published with Cloudflare. In this video, I'm going to show you how to migrate from WordPress to Obsidian Blogger. This is a site that I have on WordPress, and WordPress is a bit slow and there is a lot of friction if you want to write or publish from WordPress. So I decided that I needed something simpler. So that is why I created this tool as well. And this video will be a guide on how you can migrate from WordPress to Obsidian Blogger. So let's dive into this video. If you are also using WordPress and want to switch to something simpler like Obsidian Blogger, where you can directly publish from Obsidian and your blog site will be much faster and much more optimized, then this video is going to help you. So you need to log into your admin dashboard in WordPress. You'll need to go to tools now, and over here you have this export option. You'll need to select all content and click on download export file. This will download all of the WordPress posts, pages and everything that you have in your WordPress site. Okay, we have got it here. The export file will be in .xml file. Now go to your downloaded file. We have this file prakashjoshipax.wordpress and date with XML format. Now rename this file to export.xml export. Okay, now we'll be using WordPress to Markdown exporter. I'll just go over here to the WordPress to Markdown exporter by Lone Korean. So this guy has created a repo that allows you to convert WordPress export XML file into Markdown files properly. Okay, so what you need to do now is you need to install Node first. If you have installed Node, you can skip to the next step, but if you have not installed, you'll need to first install Node. You need to install the node.js LTS. Once you have installed it in your system, you can check whether it is available or not by going to the terminal and write node-v, and it will give you the version that you are on right now. I'm on version 22.11.0. So now we'll go back to the GitHub repo. We'll need to copy this command npx WordPress export to Markdown. Go to terminal again and paste this command. And now here you will need to follow the instructions that it gives you. First, we'll need to give it the path to WordPress export file that we just downloaded. So you can just copy the path name of this file. You can right click on the file, and when you hold the option key, it will show you the option for path name. Now you will need to give a output folder. So I'll just create a new folder over here and write it Markdown and just copy this path name. And when you copy it like this, it adds a symbol at the end. So I'll just edit it. Okay, I'll just go over here. Okay, it actually does not edit. So I'll just paste it over here. And now it will give you some prompts over whether you want to create your folders or no. You need to press Y or N. I'll press no. Month folder, no. Create a folder for each node, no. Prefix post folders or files with date, no. Save images attached to the post. This is an important thing that you need to understand. If you have a lot of images, or if your site depends heavily on images, then you will need to enable this option. But if your site does not depend much on images, then you can just skip it. And when you are downloading images, sometimes it may cause a problem in the latter part because some images may not be found, and in that case it causes problem. I tried to do it by downloading images in the past, but it just was not able to download all the images, so it caused problem in the latter part. So I'll just choose no. No. Include custom post types, yes. And now it is copying all of our WordPress posts, and here we have all of these 75 posts copied. Not just posts, also pages. All of these will be copied. You can see over here we have pages section, all of these are pages. We have post section, all of these are posts. and we have these other WordPress related files. Now we have converted WordPress posts to a Markdown file. Let us show one thing. Okay, I'll just open it with Sublime Text here. This is the WordPress post as a Markdown node. Okay, I'll just close this. Now we'll need to integrate this with Obsidian Blogger. So I want you to copy the resource folder from your Obsidian vault that you previously copied. If you do not know what I'm talking about, then you need to watch the previous video on how to set up Obsidian Blogger. Uh, Now I have Obsidian folder over here, and we have the resource folder. This is the resource folder. Just copy all of these files and create a new folder over here. I just name some random folder name, and all of these resource files will be pasted. All of these resource files will be copied over here. Now go back to Markdown and copy all of these posts. Okay, and go back to this resource folder and blocks of folder where we have all of our existing nodes. I'll just delete the existing nodes from here and paste all of the new nodes that are created by the WordPress export to Markdown tool. Now what we need to do is use Obsidian in order to format these nodes properly for publishing with Obsidian Blogger. You can see here there's an article on how to publish your Obsidian blog nodes to your blog, and it has some important information that you need. To publish your nodes to your site using Obsidian Blogger, you will need to add these two metadata. You will need to add these two metadata to your file. That is title. This should be the title of your file, and then publish property, which should be true. So now we'll need to go to Obsidian and open that resource folder that we copied recently as a new Obsidian word. So I'll just open it up. Okay, now we have over here in the blog folder in our Obsidian vault for all of these resources, we have all of these WordPress posts as nodes. Okay, and this is all the properties that they have: title, date, and categories. Now you'll need to go to settings and install a plugin that allows you to easily add metadata to multiple files at the same time. Okay, there are different plugins. I like the projects plugin by Marcus Olson. There are also other plugins like database folder, but I love projects by Marcus Olson, so I'll just install it and use this plugin to configure these nodes. I'll enable it, go to options, and we have no projects yet. So I'll just click on this ribbon icon for projects and click on create a new project. This will be my blog site, blog. I'll just name it my blog. Click on set as default, and over path name, just write blog, which will be this folder. If you click on more settings, you also can configure a template, but since we do not have a template here, we'll not be doing that. Now we have all of these nodes over here. Now let's try to run this site in our local environment. I'll go to resource text and copy the folder as a path name and go to terminal. Okay, I'll just cd this folder and you can just run npm run dev. Oh, sorry. First, we'll need to do npm install. This will install all the required dependencies that are needed. Once you have finished the npm install, you can just run npm run dev. Now you have this local host. Just copy this, go to your browser and paste this. And this is the site. And if you go to blog over here, blog section, it is empty because we have nodes in our blocks of folder, but they do not meet the requirement to be published because they need to have two requirements. That first is they need to have a title. Second is they need to have a publish property that is true. Now we're going to add a new property over here, right? Publish, small p. Publish type will be checkbox. Default value, I'll just enable it. So all of these nodes will be published by default. Okay. Now we have publish value is true. Now we'll need to rerun that command create a new terminal window. Over here, we'll need to go to again that directory, resource test that we created, and again run the command npm run deb. And here you can see it has successfully copied all of these files. Previously, it was skipping all of those files because they did not meet the requirement. Now let's go to Arc browser, and okay, in the block section over here, we have all of these nodes, and we also have images. These images are being rendered because they are hosted externally. They were not hosted in, they were not the images that were hosted from WordPress itself. They were hosted somewhere else. I think this image is from Medium. Okay, no, it was hosted in Cloudinary. So this is really cool. All of these images are hosted on Cloudinary. That is really great. Now you can see we have all of these blog posts properly rendering over here. But these blog posts are not properly like, we only have title over here. We do not have description. We do not have dates or anything like that. Now we can change that as well. Let's go to Obsidian Vault. And first thing that you need to understand is this has the date property, which is the created date property. But you can change to make it appear in your blogs over here. You will need to use the created date as the front matter. Okay, so I'll just change it here. I'll just rename the property to created date. Click on save. Okay, perfect. Now let's go back to terminal and rerun the local environment because it needs to be run every time you make changes. But in production, you do not need to do this because Cloudflare will automatically do it when it detects changes in your GitHub repo. npm run dev. Now it is in a different, what do you say this, localhost 4322 instead of 4311. Now if you go to blog over here, you have the created date as this format. And we have the notes, we have the blog posts from 2021. Nice. Now I'll just close this. So this is all. Now we have properly migrated from WordPress to Obsidian. We still have all of these files in our resource folder and not in our Obsidian vault. The reason why I copied this resource folder is because sometimes there may be errors and those errors may mess up our own vault. So I do not want that to happen. That is why we moved all of the resources, files and folders in a separate folder, and we made the changes here. Now we have done everything correct. We can just copy all of these except the Obsidian vault or Obsidian .obsidian folder, which is for Obsidian app configuration. Copy these from here, go to your original Obsidian vault, delete all of these resource folder and paste them here. That is all you need to do. And you will need to push these changes to GitHub repo, and these will be reflected in your vault as well. Now we have the title and date over here. There are no subtitles, no description, no featured image. We can add them manually. One thing that you need to remember is this is the title, but in the note itself, the title of the note is like a slug. If you want to change the title of the note from here, I suggest you to not directly change it. First add a slug over here with this exact same thing. Okay, then only change that title, because currently what it is doing is it is generating the slug from the title and it is accurate. But if you remove this, okay, you just write atomic habits book summary like this, this will change the slug and it will break links in your site. And if you are previously using WordPress and you had a decent traffic from search engine or any other places, then it will just show error 404 phases. So I suggest you to first copy this as a slug, then only change the title if you want to change. Also, it is not necessary to change the title because we already have the title over here. This is what is properly displayed by the Obsidian Blogger site. So this is how you can migrate from WordPress to Obsidian Blogger. If you want to switch to Obsidian Blogger in 2025 and just share your thoughts and ideas to the world, then you can definitely try it out. You can watch my previous video on Obsidian Blogger on how to set it up. I just learned that thing on my own, so there might be mistakes. Forgive me for that. So this is all for this video. I hope you found this helpful. I guess if you are trying to migrate from WordPress then definitely this would have been much helpful. One thing that I don't understand is how I'm able to get these images. Maybe I'm using the Cloudinary plugin in WordPress. So if you also have images, then you may use the Cloudinary plugin. This is a tool for image optimization. You may use this tool to optimize all of your images. Then instead of using your images from WordPress, it will sort the images from its own server by replacing the links. So I think that is how it is working. That is just my guess. Okay. So this is all for this video. I hope you found it valuable. Thank you for watching. If you are still watching till the end, I hope you have a great time. See you again in the next video. Have a great